Hi, it's me. I'm playing Limbus Company. Today is May 3rd, and I'm going to be looking at the N Corp banner number 3, which just got released. Why are there 4? They didn't undo the Hell's Chicken one yet. That's cool. Yeah, we're gonna be looking at the new N Corp identities. The first thing I'm gonna do, though, is I'm gonna look at them in here, because I want to look at what they actually do before I try to roll for them. And I will be rolling for both of them, because, I mean, I have every other identity in the game, but... Okay, starting. N Corp Don Quixote. These are my first impressions. I haven't seen anything about any rolls. I've only seen what they've posted on Twitter so far. So first thing I see right now, 2 coins, 3 plus 4, that's a 3 to 11, that's fantastic for a skill 1. On heads inflict 1 nails, and both coins have on hit inflict 1 tremor. The tremor just doesn't matter. It's not hurtful in any case, but it does not matter in any case. She has a lot of health and is very slow. I just noticed. That's a little odd. Skill 2. That is that's a 4 to 16. Enactment, on hit burst tremor and plus 20% damage to targets with 5 or more nails. That's the same effect on execution's last die. I mean, the roll is good, so I don't really see any reason to complain about it. I actually like this affinity setup, by the way. And skill 3, 4 plus 3 with 3 coins, so that is a 4 to 13. That is oddly low for a skill 3. First coin inflicts 1 nails, second coin inflicts 1 nails on heads and 1 tremor count, which is cool. Third coin has heads hit. If the target has 5 plus nails, it inflicts 1 attack power down and 2 paralysis next turn, and no matter what will inflict 1 tremor count. I mean, if you were trying to make tremor work before, this, I guess, does it. I wouldn't call this the most fantastic kit ever. Like, this skill 3 is kinda trash. It rolls the same as LCR Faust skill 2, is why I say that. The only benefit I can really see here is that it's Wrath. Aside from that, there's really nothing here of note. Defense is a 10 to 15 guard, that's fine. 3 Lust Own, Thou Shalt Hammer. If the target has nails, inflict 1 tremor count. If this unit is fanatic, inflict 1 nails. Okay, that's actually a really powerful combat passive. If the unit has fanatic, though I will point out, there is nothing on this kit to give her fanatic, so you need other units to provide that. And Hammer of Zealotry, 4 Lust Owned. 1 Fanatic ally with the least SP deals 10% more damage. This is pointless. Nobody even cares about this support passive. The active passive is nice. Being able to inflict more nails with attacks is just brilliant when you already have moves that... Okay, I lied. There really aren't very many nails inflictions here. It's like 4... No, it's 3 total. So that's actually, like, decent. I would say that this is probably the best, without question, this is the best Don that isn't W Corp. And then the one who shall grip Sinclair. Okay. Before I even look at this, I can already tell that this first skill is terrible. But it was bound to be terrible anyways, and I'll explain to you why that is. On use, this is Coerced Judgment. It's a 2 coin, 8 minus 2. All of the worst skill 1s are 4 to 8, and this is another 4 to 8. Unfortunately. On use, lose 7 ASP. Second die has Tails hit, gain 1 fanatic, and on hit inflict 2 burn. This is our first negative coin identity, then. And boy, is it probably underwhelming. Like, this roll range is just bad. I don't know why they keep releasing identities with this roll range when 7 Otis exists with her functional 8 to 12. But yeah, I mean, this skill, losing SP is going to be a big thing with this identity. And so, yeah. Second skill, Armoral Enactment. This is a 4 to 16. I can already read that. 4 coins. 4 to 16 isn't a bad roll range. On use, lose 10 SP. If the unit has Fanatic, deal 10% more damage. I don't think that was there on the preview image, but that's fine. He's so tanky for that speed. His defense level is trash, though. That's fine. On hit, inflict 2. Tails hit, inflict 2 burn. On hit, inflict 1 burn. On both of those, fourth coin has tails hit, inflict 1 burn count, and on hit, inflict 2 bleed. I remember this being the only bleed on this set, and it's very strange that it's here. Whoa! Okay, that's a roll range. Oh, I see the growth is changing as well. It's really good growth as well. This is a 3 coin... This is a 30 to -4. What? I mean, okay, if this hits, it's gonna deal an insane amount of damage no matter what your target is. Like, this move by itself is more powerful than a lot of ego in this game, just by looking at the roll range. If you get 3 tails, that's a 30 to 0. That is very risky if you're not already on very low sanity. It does cost 15 SP to use. If the unit is Fanatic, deal 15% more damage. If target is a Mechanical Amalgam, deal 10% more damage. I'm assuming this is just robot enemies like Lego Man and the robot in the railway, which is fine. Second die has on hit raise stagger threshold by 50% of damage dealt, which is actually a lot. That's a lot of stagger threshold. This in itself is just a better version of Tremor, for those who don't know this effect. It literally does the same thing as bursting Tremor, except it's based on how much damage you deal rather than how much Tremor the target has, which is why Tremor kind of sucks. Third coin has, if target has 5+ bleed, inflict 5 burn, which is interesting. And on kill, gain 1 blunt power up. And all of his moves are blunt, so that makes sense. This is a scary skill, because if people can find a way to make Sinclair work with ego, and I'll get into that in a second. This is a 17 -7 defense. Combat start heal 5 to 10 SP. That's really annoying. You're gonna want to probably use this every turn if you can, if I were to guess, because there are other reasons why this Sinclair is going to go nuclear a lot. Mad Flame, 2 Wrath owned, heal 50% less SP from winning a clash or defeating an enemy. So basically this means you only gain 5 from winning a clash, and I actually don't know how much you get from killing. I think it's 20, so you get 20 on getting a kill once this is activated. It is so meh. This is the only passive in the game that is just a downside for the character. But I guess it's technically an upside for him, right? I legitimately have no idea what to think about this. That roll range is just crazy. The thing about negative coin skills is that, unlike positive coin skills, they can actually roll their maximum value multiple times. So in theory, Self-Destructive Purge could be a collective 90 roll value. That being rolling 33 times in a row. You would have to be on very low sanity to make that consistent. Same with skill 2, how this could be as 4 16s, so that is 64 collectively. Skill 1 is just 16, which is okay at best. There are better skill 1s. But the other 2 skills, provided you're on low sanity, are going to be very, very strong. I have a few free pulls to do, as you can see. Hopefully I get it. If not, I do have a bunch of crates, and hopefully we can get it through that. I haven't actually pulled a 3-star in a while, though, so I don't know. This is definitely giving me Dawn, just because of how the odds work out. which is a status we do not get to see a lot of. Oh, there's a 3-star. Did I get it already? Sick.
불태울 거야. 역겨운 내 삶까지도.
20 pulls is not bad. Yes, this Don is definitely up there in the Don identities. I'd say it's the second best, without even using it. Yet I shall forge a vow with thee. The child has held a dream from before she wore her blood-stained armor. If there were such a thing as a judge in the city, this child wished to be the one to swing a hammer of judgment at evil, to deliver justice just like a judge's gavel. Chewing to nail those who have so defiled themselves with vile appendages. The child also had a good knack for setting her mind to reading, which then grew into a habit of constantly mumbling when she's not peering into something. Aha! So the reason we pierce the evil with nails beeth to utilize them as tools so the one who grips might enact justice. The child's eyes gleamed as she exclaimed this. Though the light was rather murky, there was still a spark to be seen. The break is over. All Mittelhammer and Kleinhammer form the ranks. Actually, I've been learning German, and I appreciate that they put the accents over the A's there, because I am pretty sure that would be how you write the plural. Though I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. 'Twas another fruitful respite, to be able to ingest the sayings of the one who grips in repose. I could ask not for better treatment. The child stood up with a refreshed expression, leaning against a hammer larger than herself. Third hammer, march forward 2 blocks, clean the streets. I shall meet your expectations. Justice will prevail. Even the more experienced hammers were growing weary of the non-stop campaigns of purification, but this child didn't appear tired at all. On the contrary, she overflowed with vim, sprinting ahead at a stunning speed as soon as the order was made. Is that the one, the rumored hammer who has never once eaten the canned provisions? And you know what's more, she hasn't been subject to a single discipline session ever since she was a Kleinhammer. That does surprise me. There are 2 Grosshammers talking here. Watching the child gallop into the distance with a cloud of dust, the 2 hammers conversed. As much as faithfulness is a virtue, she certainly is an odd one. You don't say. Do you happen to know why she keeps her boots on during breaks? You mean to suggest that the rumors are true? That she wears a pair of running shoes underneath, so it's a hassle to remove them. She states they're her comrades to bring about justice together. Well, I let her be, as the one who grips did not order me to punish such behavior. They didn't have much more to say after that. They had never seen another recruit that became so absorbed in the doctrine without receiving any discipline or canned experiences. It must have put them off. Perhaps it is fortunate that that's what it took for them to be averse. The poor fellows facing the child had no chance to articulate an impression. Help me. Lo, a heartless vessel of tin speaks. Ahaha! Torn flesh sounded out, and a massive blunt instrument buffeted the air. I can detach this. I'm... Now gashes, lacerations, ruptures, and bruises. Nay, an evildoer's words cannot be trusted. Me? Why evil? Josio! It was as if every kind of wound and noise could be found in that space. Pandemonium must be an apt description for this sight. Some say the scariest people are those who believe that they're always in the right. There must be some truth to that. Perhaps the child just wanted to believe what she wanted to believe. I'm really interested to see how they tie the story of this in, because it is another N Corp story, is it not? Sinclair. A soft and gentle voice enveloped the area. Look this way, Sinclair. The voice is rapping, perhaps coiling even. Alas. Isn't this a magnificent sight? The laughter of the one standing next to the child completely twisted the air like a hair-raising shriek made by two sharp pieces of metal scraping against each other, then flicking away. Examining the area closely, one could see that it was surrounded by raging, knife-like flames. How does it feel, Sinclair? How does it feel to witness this sight ablaze? Her voice could even be described as manic, her wry smirk more twisted than the fire around her. Ah. That is when the child opened his mouth. His lips trembled, his lungs brought up gasps and huffs. Could this be a response of fear? Indeed, it may seem that way. The child most certainly had something that one could call a chance. He could have hatched out of the shell at his fate with his own strength, and gripped control over the path his life should take. And yet, it's beautiful, Faust. Beautiful to look at those vile and repulsive things being purged. It's not so easy to reject the ease of letting another crack the egg from the outside. Even if they aren't your mother bird. Even if they wrest hold of your path and jostle it. That disquieting flame, almost mistakable for warmth, lures you into giving up your strength before it like a comforting bonfire. Why didn't I let go earlier, Faust? I didn't need to bother trying to think or ponder so much when there was a clear answer laid right before me. The child spoke with a trembling voice, whimpering on the verge of tears. Pushed out of his nest all too soon, feigning the confidence he sorely lacks. A baby bird who hasn't even broken his shell fully. That would be the description most befitting this child. Not just anyone can be like Faust Sinclair. However, it's all right. The child with silver hair spoke, pointing to the sky. Up above, something muttering indistinct mechanical noises was skewered to a nail. Ah! The child's pupils further shrink, while his tremble grows yet more intense. It was painfully evident that he did not wish for what he was witnessing. Despite him knowing this as well, he has decided that he will be ignorant of it. Despite still thinking that what he is doing isn't right, he cannot resist the convenience of letting this mysterious mother bird bring him food. A pink chick who does nothing but gape and swallow. Having dived into a pot of boiling oil, the child had no choice but to flutter with his melting arms. Though, by the time the fire dies down, he'll have been reduced to ash. The child laughed. Congratulations, Sinclair. Now you've become someone who can laugh at that sight. The one standing next to the child celebrated him with sincerity. In truth, she was lauding her own achievement more than anything. If there really were possibilities diverging into numerous worlds, she had managed to mold the child into a form one of those worlds must envy. It may even be that someone from another world has already been infatuated by a glimpse of the changing and charring child. Soon enough, that world too will face a storm of fire, oil, and sparks. The child there will face a similar yet distinct trial. Now let us begin, Sinclair, the cleansing of this world. Okay. The child weeps amidst the fire. His shall ultimately be snuffed out in flame, unceasingly swinging the steel in his two arms and failing to grip anything in his hands, unable to tread the path he chose. Whether he will break the shell from inside or instead yield himself to the ease of being gripped open. What happens in that world will stay there. Though, if you ask which world will be the first to reach that point, who could ever know? Oh, that's disappointing. That's sad, actually. He still doesn't even like doing it. But he does it because he doesn't feel like there's anything else he could do. Ooh. And he's struggling no matter what. That is a terrible start, son. But I'll do it because I need to lower his SP is the problem. I'm beginning to notice an issue already. They have no animations. All right, I think I've constructed a team with these two identities that should work. There's a lot of 2 stars in it, thankfully, and I'm actually getting to use Heathcliff in the active team, which is not something I expected, but his Sin affinities are just very good in general, and it would allow me to use Fluid Sac, which is what I'm going to try to do. His passive is unfortunately useless in this form, but this is actually my second time recording this fight. The first time, Sinclair and Don had no combat animations, which is always funny. But they're back to normal now. So, self-destructive purge, just... Oh, it does a lot of damage. Yeah, this team is mainly... I'm trying to activate Fluid Sac as my method to... Oh my goodness. As my method to keep Sinclair from hitting 0 sanity. I just watched that do more than half of that enemy's HP, and I got all heads. That is pretty good. I was not expecting it to do that much damage, even with the last hit only dealing 1. But we need enough Wrath in order to activate Sinclair's passive, and we need enough Lust to activate every other passive. That's unfortunate. This is why I say that Don's final skill is not that good. Because again, it's the same role as LCR Faust's final skill for some reason. Not final, second skill. Which is weird. I don't know why it's like that. Yo, Sinclair's going off. What? Oh my goodness. So, remember when I was worried about him having a negative sanity skill set? It doesn't seem to matter too much when it comes to his damage output. He is doing so much damage. And I'm not complaining. Hold on, what do I still need for Fluid Sac right now? It's 243. I have 331. So I need one of each of these, and it's convenient that they're right next to each other. Wrath. What was I about to say? Wrath, Absolute Resonance is possible in this team. I wasn't able to get the odds for it as high as I would like. I'm actually just going to use Coerced Judgment. And it looks like I need to take Base Yi-Sang out of the support passives because he's healing Sinclair's sanity too much. I'm still ending up with positive sanity. It seems like any sanity recovery at all makes Sinclair's passive basically overridden by the recovery. And I don't want him to get the kill here, so I'm just going to have him defend. And I have enough for Fluid Sac, too. The main reason I'm running Fluid Sac in this party is so that if I need to recover Sinclair's sanity, I can. Now, it didn't seem like I am going to need it at all. He is already dealing way more damage than everybody else, and he's still somehow maintaining positive sanity. So yeah, you need to keep every single thing that recovers sanity out of your team entirely in order for this ID to work, by the looks. And I mean, that's fine. But at the same time, it is a little worrying. Now he's going to be on negative, because Yi-Sang can only heal him by 10, and he just lost 21. He just killed that guy. Yeah, it looks like we have another identity that might be approaching power creep levels. Okay, Faust, thanks for that. The last one we got that was like that, I want to say, was N Corp Faust, in fact. Oh no, he's still at positive because he killed someone. Yeah! Is that... Oh, that's almost perfect resonance on Bloom, which is something this party can do, apparently. So yeah, for the future, I will remember not to bring Yi Sang in his base form in the party, because Sinclair just recovers all of his sanity if I do that. He probably top damaged, if I had to guess. That is a cool animation, though. Yeah, I actually like all of the new animations. They're all pretty cool. I was not expecting his damage rolls to be that consistently high. And that's with all of the damage effects that he actually gets, too. Like, it wasn't as good as my first round. He did over 300 the first time I tested him. This team is strong, though, I will say. Going insane doesn't necessarily hurt him in this case. Like, watch this damage. Okay, that didn't help. You need to stop flipping heads. That's for sure. That was endured. Okay. Yeah, he does some damage, it seems. I really don't see Impending Day being that useful. It's spammable in the right party setup, and so its passive will activate pretty consistently. But that's about all it does, I want to say. Amoral Enactment just seems insanely good regardless of role. It does so much damage. The other problem I'm seeing with these three together in a mirror dungeon is that Mersal is not clashing with anybody because Sinclair is too fast. But that's fine. This is the other thing I see being an issue, is, if you use not Amoral Enactment, the third skill, he's going to always outroll defensive dice, I want to say. Just because it rolls 30? Okay. I don't expect him to panic at any point during this run. But I guess we'll see. That's a guaranteed kill. He only lost 7 there? Which is interesting. Don laughing is so cursed. He is actually losing sanity. Now. I want blood. Like... Hello. Jesus. I don't even know what counts as a mechanical amalgam, but that was without any of the damage boosts on that skill. Yep, that'll happen. So here's what we're going to do. Just to ensure that I don't nuke the rest of my team, I'm going to bring only Sinclair, and hopefully he doesn't die on the first turn. He shouldn't. These normal fights are not that bad. I didn't realize he didn't start by using the thing. That's fine, though. God, those sound effects are meaty as well. I should have used the defense. I kind of forgot that you don't corrode at the very start. That's bad. There's a chance I just die here. Oh, no, there isn't. I kind of forgot that corrosion bypasses stagger for some reason. I really don't know why that is the case. And I have plus coin drop. This is going to be 5 guaranteed max rolls, I think. Just don't kill me. Yeah, good. Okay, or... Oh, because it's a clash. Wait, what? I actually rolled ahead some plus coin drop. That sucks. Oh well. We'll be fine. Pop. I love that sound effect because it makes no sense for how powerful the attack looks. This guy's dead. Hands down. Okay, it breaks the animations if I was using Ego. I did not know that. But that's funny. Especially since when it originally released, Sinclair and Don had no in-battle animations for some reason. Which is fine, they fixed it. Do Spewage, yes! I actually got the passive to activate. It's too bad it sucks. Which is why I might say, ooh. If I fail, this is a cool thing and I hope I get to show it. I want to fail this check, but it's a 50-50. Yes! So apparently... Yeah, I'm so glad I actually got to get this on video. Failing this check gives you a Sinner power-up for some ungodly reason. And now I have footage of it. It doesn't even have a downside either. That's... If you can, I would say always fail this, because the Ego Gift does something, but it's not, like, super strong or anything. I'm just gonna max him out right now. Alright, Sinclair, let's see if you can do it, whatever it is. Starting at minus 11 sanity. I probably should have tried to be at a little bit lower, to be honest with you. It's Guido! Hey, buddy! Alright, let's see how this goes. I do have the passive active as well. I want to see how much damage this does here, because I know I'm probably going to win the Flash. Alright, 80, 128, 176. That is one attack. That is hilarious amounts of damage. No, I'm not gonna lifetime stew, there's no point. He's just dead, isn't he? Yeah, okay. So that was probably the easiest final fight for that Sinclair ever. Oh, that's fine. That was funny. I like that. Almost 50% of the damage dealt. Good lord! He took the most damage too. That's just because I took him into that one fight by himself. So final thoughts on these two. Don is just kind of average. I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to make an ID that worked with Fluid Sac. Granted, it doesn't have Pride or Gloom, because Fluid Sac has Burst Tremor, and it recovers SP and stuff like that. But it just isn't going to work out. It's much better synergy with Lifetime Stew, since it's a skill 1 with Lust. And Lifetime Stew on Don has the potential to be very funny. But I honestly think that it's going to hurt you overall just because of the Lust resource conversion. But the real star of the show here is N Corp Sinclair, the one who shall grip. His damage output is just absurd, as we've just showcased. I was getting a kill with every single skill I used, with the exception of the fight against Guido, because his HP is too high. But, like, he just has a better Tremor effect here. I mean, this isn't going to activate, but the on-kill, if you ever get that coin to activate, is going to happen. And so one blunt power-up is never a bad thing. And it doesn't really even seem that hard to inflict a Fanatic to him. He can do it himself. And he has a lot of burn, which I like. I like burn identities, though granted only one of his skills is going to inflict a lot of it. Amoral Enactment just seems like one of the best skills in the game, perhaps, and obviously Self-Destructive Purge is absurdly strong. I still don't really know what it means by Mechanical Amalgam, other than the robot enemies. So until they add more enemies that fall under that classification, I can't see that effect ever triggering. If anybody wants to test out these identities before they use ego shards or roll for them, you can add me on using my friend code. I keep my company filled with all of the most recent 3 stars of every character, just in case people want to test them out before getting them. And I'm going to keep doing that for the foreseeable future as well. So anybody who wants to, they have all of their ego equipped. They're at level 30. If you want to use them, send me a request, and I'll probably get it the next time I'll log into the game. It won't be immediate, but still. But yeah, those are my opinions.
당신이군요. 잠은 제대로
Whether or not you
주무셨나요?
agree with them is up to you,
저는
but I think
잠이
that
오질
this
않았어요.
was a good update. And I can't wait to actually play through Chapter 4. I think I will be using this identity when I do. Thank you for watching. I hope everybody has a good weekend, because I think this is going up on a Friday. And I will see you next time. I don't know what I'm going to be uploading next. It might be something not Ruina related. I mean, none of it would be Ruina related, right? I'll see you later.